Hey everyone, welcome back to Psychonauts. We're taking a bow on the stage of Gloria's theater, where we're learning about former actress Gloria von Guten through plays that are being performed on these sets. We need to find the right one to bring a blimp down from the rafters, and it all starts with the script that we found earlier, Night of Joy, on this set.
Becky, can we see the Night of Joy again?
Yeah, that one can use a little work.
Mother, tell me true of the dad I never knew. He was brave in thought and deed. Can't you hear his mighty steed? My father has nobly smoten the beast to his own death. He is a hero! Yay! And for the record, not a bad kisser.
So now Gloria's father had the opportunity to be a hero, and the dead dragon forms a staircase which we can use to get up to this upper ledge where there's another script. And a couple of figments. We can't go through that arch just yet, but we can now run the play The Day the Mailboat Came. So let's go ahead and do that.
Oh, another script? The day the mailboat finally came? Uh-oh.
Prop department, I'm gonna need a boat on stage right away.
Okay, people. Laces, everyone. And action.
I say, I believe I do see the mailboat approaching. Ah, 'twas never a vessel more beautiful and resplendified.
Sorry, no mail for you, ugly girl.
Wah! In your face, fatty.
So I think at this point I can just jump on the mailboat and ride it to the next set.
Doing a great job, Becky.
Aw.
But I want to see that play on some of the other sets. Let's just see what happens if we try to summon a mailboat with no water.
These things. No, I think I'll stay in this mine for a while longer.
And I gotta be careful which item I'm selecting.
The day the mailboat finally came needs another run-through, I think.
Yeah, that one can use a little work.
I say, I believe I do see the mailboat approaching. I said, I believe I do see the mailboat approaching. Huh. I wonder if the captain of the boat wants to get beat up. And maybe that's why he's taking so long to bring it on stage.
Somebody come help me drag this thing.
Drag? No way. Oh, look! The mailboat sank and everybody died. The end.
Alright, that was suitably bleak. So now,
Ow!
I think it's about time to run that one on a happy set. Kinda hoping to get some more confusion grenades out of that, but you don't always get the power-ups you want. So we still can't get the mailboat on stage, but now we should be happy about it.
The day the mailboat finally came needs another run-through, I think.
Yeah, that one can use a little work.
sails for the boat.
We're supposed to have water for the boat to float on. I swear, I can't work like this. Seriously, I'm calling my agent.
Alright, so let's just return to the set with water on it and get the happy ending for this play.
The day the mailboat finally came needs another run-through, I think.
Yeah, that one can use a little work.
I say! I believe I do see the mailboat approaching! Aw, 'twas never a vessel more beautiful and resplendified!
Are you Miss Gloria von Guten?
Yes!
Well, then these bags and bags of lavender-scented fan mail must be for your beautiful self.
Yay!
So apparently she got a lot of fan mail. And since the boat is now sitting there, we can safely cross the water. Like I said before, I think you can do that from the sad set as well, but this is the happier way.
Goodbye, my previously dear mother! I flee now to Europe to escape your insane jealousy over my amazing career! Please do not leave me, Gloria, my daughter! Go now, and I shall do something unto myself both drastic and traumatizing to you emotionally! Care I do not, for you sicken me with disgust. Adieu, ma mère, adieu.
So I think Gloria blames herself for her mother's suicide. And it's quite possible that her mother actually led her to believe that. And we have what will turn out to be the final script, Goodbye Hagatha Home. And I'm falling a few more times than I actually intended to. We can use that portal there to return to the other set and get onto the upper ledge in the happy set, which is the only way to get up there as far as I know.
Becky, can we see the Night of Joy again?
Yeah, that one can use a little work.
Let's run through the earlier plays again.
Mother, tell me true of the dad I never knew. He was brave in thought and deed. Can't you hear his mighty steed?
I have no idea why that line wasn't voiced.
The day the mailboat finally came needs another run-through, I think.
Yeah, that one can use a little work.
I say, I believe I do see the mailboat approaching.
I'll just step off onto the shore here and say my next line.
No! You okay down there?
And finally, before we leave this set, let's go ahead and play Goodbye Hagatha Home on it.
Goodbye, Hagatha Home. Hey, I think this is the one with the...
Hey, props, is that hot air balloon still working?
Let's hustle, people. It's showtime. That means you too, kid. You gotta hustle onto that balloon if you want to get up to the catwalks. And action.
Sigh! When will my mother ever come take me home from this horrible school for girls? Do not worry, for I believe I see them floating here now in a magical balloon.
Hey,
What?
there's magic cloud in this set.
Rats. Well, let's just run around happily and maybe no one will notice.
So there is one more set to do, and it's the sad version of this one. Not a whole lot's going to change, but we'll quickly go ahead and run through all the plays and then get to the set where we need to be.
Pray tell me, my shady manager and rumored lover, must I truly ship my only daughter Gloria off to Hagatha Homeschool for Girls?
Yes, and immediately, before she ruins our career. I mean your career.
No! Never shall I go! Worry not, baby daughter, for I every day shall write to you.
Yes, and I shall mail the letters myself, personally. Ha ha!
So that's the play that explains an awful lot. That's why Gloria doesn't like her mother, because she was supposed to write letters, but the shady manager didn't actually mail them. So Gloria felt neglected. That's why she ran off to Europe, which then caused her mother to kill herself. It just puts all the pieces together.
Becky, can we see the Night of Joy again?
Yeah, that one can use a little work.
Mother, mother, tell me true of the dad I never knew. He was brave in thought and deed. Can't you hear his mighty steed? Idiot.
The day the mailboat finally came needs another run-through, I think.
Yeah, that one can use a little work.
I say, I believe I do see the mailboat approaching.
Okay, let me just step onto the shore that I'm sure must be here by now. Ah!
Way to blow your lines, moron.
Let's do Goodbye Hagatha Home once more, okay?
Yeah, that one can use a little work.
Sigh! When will my mother ever come take me home from this horrible school for girls? Do not worry, for I believe I see them floating here now in a magical balloon. Hey, cue the magical balloon, moron!
Hey, there's no magical balloon on this set, but that won't stop me from jumping down there and kicking your ass. So watch it.
Yeah, apparently it didn't stop him jumping down since he actually fell during the cutscene. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that there's no difference in Goodbye Hagatha Home if we play it on any set other than the correct one. There's a version for the happy sets and a version for the sad sets. So let's just move on to the correct set, play Goodbye Hagatha Home, and move on to the second half of the level.
Let's do Goodbye Hagatha Home once more, okay?
Yeah, that one can use a little work.
Oh, sigh! Whatever is wrong, little girl? Well, my family has left me alone in a bad, bad place for many years, and I don't know if they will ever come back for me. Oh, I'd Don't worry. I'm sure they'll come for you, and you'll never have to think of that bad place again, ever. Hey, you're right. I think I see them now.
Hello, my dear beloved daughter. We have come back for you. Please come with us and be happy and never think of this terrible, terrible place again.
Yay! The end.
So I guess in the end, Gloria's mother did get her out of Hagatha home, and there was a happy ending there that just didn't last. At least that's the best guess I have based on that last play. I could be very wrong and misinterpreting something about this. But be that as it may, we've finally reached the catwalks. Do a little turn on them or something. And yeah, there's teleport worms, so we can move freely around the level. And up here, the Phantom will taunt us the whole way. And we've got moving spotlights. You don't want to get spotted by the spotlights, because they'll drop a whole bunch of sandbags on you.
You are not welcome here.
You decrepit old creep. Anyway, the easy way to get through, if you remember to activate it early enough,
This is my sanctuary.
is to go invisible. But if you forget, you can also use the shield to protect you from the sandbags, or just
Come no closer.
manage not to get hit.
It will be the last thing you do. What's your step?
And yes, it's entirely possible and very easy to fall to your death here. And the Phantom will taunt you every time you do. I'm going to try to avoid it, but never let it be said that I'm good at the platforming in this game. We'll be seeing a lot more of that as time goes on. For now, some nice easy parts. Press the jump button to not die.
You are not welcome here.
And now we've got bouncy platforms. I don't really like these because you usually have to wait for a couple bounces before you get the height you need. And then you've got to activate your flotation at the right time.
Come no closer, or it will be the last thing you do.
Now we're getting some confusion grenades. And got to slide down this thing.
I am. Break a leg.
I don't know what happened there. I mean, clearly I jumped too far, but I don't know how or why. I'll just be careful and jump to the obviously safe part. And with a nice high jump, we can get a confusion upgrade.
You are not welcome here. Watch it.
And get too close to a spotlight, of course. But while I'm invisible, I can sneak up on the next sensor. The game really encourages you to use all your different powers. In most parts of the game, really. Especially in sequences like this.
I am the Phantom.
So now we've got to make a tricky jump through some of those closing gates. I don't even know what those are. Some kind of prop, obviously. And a couple more bouncy platforms. I think this is the last set of these. And I can hear baggage crying, but I don't see it. There are two ways to proceed from here. We can use these swinging poles, which are arranged in a very confusing fashion. Or we can use that ledge over there. It's possible to just jump straight to it.
Short and stout.
And having seen it, now that we know it's there, it's pretty easy to get to from up here, too. And there's the final baggage tag. And the baggage is right down here next to this vault. Ooh, it's a party.
Just kidding. I am.
I want to see how the vault sees me. Huh, kind of a dog catcher.
I see you down there.
And the vaults sort of act like dogs, so I guess that makes sense. Let's catch it. Maybe if I had a net. So that's why, back in the thread, I was saying that I thought Gloria was suffering from multiple personality disorder. People have mentioned bipolar disorder. Some other people have said borderline personality disorder, but I think that scene there, where Gloria had two faces, is really the crux of the whole thing. Well, I let these two mega sensors beat each other up. See, the tragedy of her mother's death at the height of her career just ruined everything for her, really. She wasn't able to perform anymore. And that's where the criticism started.
Just kidding. I am.
So whatever happened, it turned Gloria into a completely different person as far as we can tell. And it's only being under the spotlight now that allows her to return to the glory days when she actually was a big thing.
But it will be the last thing you do.
So one last tricky bit of timing. Fortunately, we don't have to jump from a swinging trapeze. And we get the final upgrade to our powers. The confusion grenade lasts twice as long now that I'm pretty much finished using them. And I want to see if I can use it against this big group of sensors, which are dressed as flower girls.
This
Would be pretty effective, but one of them wasn't hit. And you can see that the next upgrade we're going to get is regeneration, which is amazing, and I really do want to get it, even though the next power after that is something that I'm going to try to avoid. I'll talk more about that in the next level, where there's actually enough figments and baggage and stuff to give me more levels and potentially more upgrades. Confusion is probably the most effective way to fight the big sensors.
How dare you violate the sanctuary of the Phantom? Stop, or your next step will be your last.
Well, there's a candle right here at the edge. Let's see if we can do anything with him. I don't seem to be able to hurt him.
Can't get a good grip.
And he sees me as 1.5 stars. I think that's meant to be a clue. Meanwhile, out on this side catwalk here, there's another spotlight. And we already know how to deal with these.
Cruel sunlight. Anything but that. No, treacherous child. You shall pay for angering.
Yeah, whatever. Now just stay put so I can come punch and unmask you.
Alright, well, we're gonna need to follow him. Now that he's moved so that we can actually levitate across the gap. One final figment, and we're pretty much done here.
Okay, Phantom, it's time to find out who you really are. What? I totally guessed that.
Nuh-uh, you said it was Becky.
Okay, the jig is up, Phantom.
What? Why, I never! How dare you accuse me of being the rugged and romantic scoundrel that has thrilled and terrified audiences for years?
Yeah, I guess you're right. He's so agile and limber and thin. He could never be you.
Why, you... Of course it's me!
Well, it's time to hang up the cape, Tubbs, because your days of terrorizing the theater as the Phantom are over.
Maybe as the Phantom, but he's nothing compared to the full, destructive force of an angry critic!
How can I say this and still sound cool? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me?
Well then, how about these?
Yep, Jasper's balcony is armed with pens, and watch his projectiles carefully. We get a little glimpse of what we're going to need to do here.
Ha! Ah! Ha ha! Reinforced balcony. A must for any critic.
Any fat critic.
Yep, he's shooting out balls of something that turns into words when it hits. And, of course, the words hurt us. The pen truly is mightier than the sword. But not mightier than the Psychonaut.
Uninspired and flat as a pen.
Watch it!
So we need to get up to those spotlights high above us. And we'll need to float above the orchestra pit here. Using invisibility makes it a lot easier to get up because he's not attacking.
Is bland yet irritating.
And then we just need to pop the candles into the spotlights and light them.
Sad.
Watch it!
That light! I'll give you all good write-ups in the review if you kill that kid with the goggles!
And this is why you really want to have the chain blast before you start.
Ha! Ah! Ha ha! Reinforced balcony. A must for any critic.
Any fat critic.
Yeah, we can do damage to him by punching, but these dogs are going to be running around the stage breathing fire at us the whole time.
Rat. Just plain bad.
Yeah, you can make it up without the invisibility, but you need to zigzag very, very carefully in order to dodge those shots.
Disgusted had they managed to stay awake.
They really manage to track you very well.
Kill him! Get him!
So we'll forget the attempts to confuse Jasper or really do anything other than kill him. Just shoot him a couple times until it gets all the dogs.
You'll pay for that one, Spotlight!
And once you've done that, I think punching him is probably faster.
That wretched regurgitator of the sun!
Any fat critic.
And each spotlight is only going to be good for one iteration of taking him down about a third of his health.
Not up to the task at hand.
So we need to activate all 3 spotlights in order to get the job done. The good news is that's not difficult at all.
Just plain bad.
It's not even really a puzzle.
before he gets over here!
So now we've got a couple of actors as well as the dogs. With the chain blast, there's really not much difference between these two phases, because our ricocheting shots will hit everything on the stage.
Ah, another spotlight. I thought I got them all. I'll give you what I gave your brother over there, huh? How do you like that?
Alright, just one spotlight left. One iteration of knocking him down and beating him up should do the trick.
Your moves are derivative and mechanical.
And my depth perception just seems to be really off all of a sudden. I'm usually quite good at this part. I think as long as you're not moving, he's going to shoot it exactly where you are, which makes it very easy to dodge.
Ugh, it's like my relatives are being... I'll give you all good write-ups in the review if you kill that kid with the goggles!
And now I think it's even easier because you've got a whole lot of birds or bats or whatever those are, and they're going to take a lot of the shots.
Oh! What's the matter? Can't you take a little criticism?
And where would Gloria be without her muse?
Her inner sunshine.
The spirit of her youth. Played tonight, once again, by Bonita Soleil. You better listen to me. You're no good. This place stinks. It's worse than ever before. Oh, I can't believe you call this theater. I can't even see it from down here, but I know it's bad. Can you hear me? Oh, you've got fat arms, you hear me? Big fat arms like a wrestler. And a little tacky gobble hanging from your neck. Your knees are ugly. And you snort when you laugh.
Handsome, the spotlight is all yours. I believe I shall happily retire while I'm still young.
Finally, recognition for my acting talent.
So in the end, Gloria discovered that it was her inner critic that was suppressing her muse, and she learned to get over it.
What are you doing out here, Gloria?
I can't remember the last time I came out here at night. It's so beautiful, isn't it? These plants could use a little water, though. Now, where's that hose? Oh, that's fame for you. Red hot one moment and cooling off the next.
Well, I think we're done messing with Gloria. So, while I stand in the spotlight, waiting for my recognition, we've got one more person left to help and one more disguise item to get. I'll see you for a journey into Fred's mind next time.